Santiago, home to nearly 5 million people, and the capital city of Chile, one of the most open, stable, and prosperous markets in Latin America. The perfect destination for the Tampa Bay Export Alliance's first trade mission for many reasons.
Well, number one, we look to the port and the airport to make sure we're aligning with their target markets. And Copa Airlines going Panama City to Santiago want to reinforce that. Chile has some great customers for the port as well. But on top of that, they're the fourth largest trading partner with Florida. They are about 100% of the free trade agreement's been implemented, and it's a long-standing, well-working free trade agreement between the U.S. and Chile. They enacted a visa waiver program that just takes down all the barriers in terms of travel. And it's a stable economy, a democratic country that is very U.S. friendly. So going there, it's almost like doing business in the U.S.
Chile's major markets for their products are fruits and vegetables, primarily the fruit market, the wines, and then mining is a huge sector, and then power generation. It's really a huge country. It's as long from top to bottom as the U.S. is from the East Coast to the West Coast, and it's all coastline. So the maritime and the ports activities were important as well. So we looked at power generation, at industrial wastewater and water system screening, anything related to port activity, machine fuel oils, lubricants. The automotive industry down there is very minimal too, so we had an aftermarket automotive provider too.
14 select Bay Area businesses joined elected officials from both sides of the Bay and leaders from Port Tampa Bay, Tampa International Airport, and Visit Tampa Bay to showcase the area's rich export offerings and to introduce the Tampa Bay region to a country that's already one of Florida's leading trade partners. The trade mission's headquarters was the Grand Hyatt Santiago, located in Las Condes. The three-day mission kicked off with Gold Key business participants meeting their U.S. Commercial Service trade specialist. Working months in advance researching the market for each company's business sector, trade specialists matched multiple prospective Chilean trade partners with each business, setting a schedule of appointments and accompanying businesses to facilitate meetings. Custom Manufacturing and Engineering CEO Nancy Cruz felt that their solar power generation and storage product lines, along with their control panel products, would be a good fit for the Chilean market. CME's trade specialists scheduled 9 appointments for the business, with about half resulting in positive outcomes.
Going on a trade mission is a much better, a faster way of getting where you want to go, because you're coming into a country and you don't really know all of the companies there. You can research them, but you don't really know them. Using the U.S. Commercial Services to be able to help you understand, they know the companies in these countries, they work with them, they're aware of them, so they're already putting you further along in the process. And so I think your win rate, your hit rate is much higher, as you can see from ours. 4 to 5 out of 9 is very good.
Gracias.
Do you do much in the cruise industry?
First Choice Marine Supply CEO Craig Ruda met with the owner of Mayor's Supply in his Santiago home. Mayor's is in the same line of business as First Choice, yet Ruda saw the opportunity to do business.
They bring in bulk quite a bit of lube oils, very specific to the shipping industry. So, and I believe they may even buy in larger volume than we do. So we're going to see if we can do some private labeling and do some business in that direction.
Along with Maritime Supply, First Choice also has a technical lighting division that supplies safety lighting to the maritime industry. These same lights can be deployed in multiple industrial applications. With that in mind, First Choice Marine's trade specialists scheduled 8 total meetings, generating multiple follow-up meetings while Ruda was there on the ground.
They were spot on. We met from representatives of the mining industry, where they had very good relationships already doing business. The maritime, we met with a company that worked in port design, and that's key to this type of product, because when you're working with the engineers and designing the needs of that port facility, you can help them spec the best product, and hopefully it's going to be the product that you carry. So that was a key meeting for us.
Hydrodyne Engineering President Jay Conroy knew that Chile was the perfect market for his products, wastewater screening equipment for water and wastewater treatment. So his trade specialist went to work scheduling multiple appointments.
We had 11 total, I believe, and it kind of grew even after we got down there. We were adding on from people that we met saying, you should go talk to these people. The majority of them were municipal representatives because that was our target, but we were also fortunate enough to get in with the main utility or the wastewater authority for Santiago.
Tampa Bay's elected officials had an agenda of their own: represent the region as the new go-to destination in Florida and North America. After a country team briefing at the U.S. Embassy, Mayors Bob Buckhorn and Rick Kreisman and Commissioners Karen Williams-Seal and Les Miller, along with multiple Tampa Bay government officials, met with the Chilean Fruit Exporters Association. The meeting yielded positive results, providing the association with a new understanding of Port Tampa Bay as a cost-effective alternative entry point for their fruit shipments to North America. With a full and successful day behind them, mission delegates returned to the Grand Hyatt to rest and refresh before departing for a welcome reception hosted by U.S. Ambassador Michael Hammer. The reception provided ample opportunity for delegates to mingle with their fellow mission participants, hear from the ambassador, and enjoy the photo opportunity and view of downtown Santiago from the residence's patio. Day 2 of the mission began early with Gold Key business meetings taking place all over the city, and some as far away as Valparaiso, making the most of the opportunity the mission afforded. Craig Ruda also experienced another advantage the mission provided, creating a first-rate, first impression with Chilean business leaders. One business shared their impressions with Ruda about the mission's purpose.
So here's a U.S. company who wants to make the effort, in conjunction with the U.S. Embassy, to come to Chile to meet with me to help me in my business. He said, this is perfect. It couldn't get any better. So they're very well received, and it was evident.
Day 2 for delegates took them to the streets for a full day of meetings with their Chilean counterparts. First on the agenda was a meeting with Pro-Chile, Chile's trade ministry. Pro-Chile's mission is to promote exports, foreign investment, and tourism. Tampa Bay government officials and delegates were welcomed with a presentation and then engaged in substantive talks about how the two regions could cooperatively work together in the future. The group's next stop was Santiago's City Hall. Elected officials met privately with Mayor Carolina Toja before the three mayors signed a cooperation agreement pledging support for increased trade opportunities, education exchange between the cities, and shared cultural experiences. Following a luncheon hosted by Mayor Toja at the Club de la Union, Tampa Bay business and government leaders met with the American Chamber of Commerce of Chile and Corfo, the Chilean government's economic development agency, learning more about Chile's entrepreneurial environment and exploring opportunities for future collaborations. The final day of the mission allowed Gold Key business participants time for more appointments with potential customers or follow-up meetings. Or some chose to turn the tables, so to speak, and experience one of Chile's exports, wine. Chile enjoys the distinction of being the 5th largest exporter of wine in the world. So, mission delegates journeyed south to the province of Maipo, known worldwide for the region's perfect soil and climate for growing multiple grape varieties, to the town of Buin and the Santa Rita Winery. Delegates toured the facilities, learning about the history of the region and the history of Chilean winemaking, enjoying the beautiful grounds, and even got to cork and seal their own blend as a souvenir. Afterward, the group relaxed under the shade of a majestic tree while enjoying a picnic lunch. A perfect day and experience to conclude the Tampa Bay Trade Mission.
What a good investment all the way around. I don't think we could have resourced internally the amount of effort and time it would have taken to put together a trip that was as good as this one. And we didn't have to do much at all. A few short phone calls going into it, and then several days down in the country, which was useful on the business end and enjoyable on the personal end. I got to experience a new company, new cultures, and meet some new people.
It was an incredible experience personally, and professionally it was even better. It was, we will see a difference, and we already have.